Hi, I'm Allen-Vercoe. I'm a professor at the University of Guelph, and I'm a microbial ecologist. I study the microbes that live in the gut. And I have apparatus in my lab, which is behind me here, which we use to study these microbes that live in the gut. We use this currently to study the human gut, but in the very near future, we'll be looking at the horse gut as well, and I'm quite excited about that. So the microbes that live in the gut have a very unique environment in which they live, which all we've done behind me, sort of complicated apparatus of stainless steel and tubing, is to mimic that environment of the gut. And so how do we do that? Well, there are several key things which are really important in that environment. There's the temperature, there's the pH, and there is, of course, the food that we feed these microbes. And also, very importantly, there is a requirement for a lack of oxygen. So that sounds really weird that we'd have very little oxygen in our gut, but some of the microbes in the gut actually require a very small amount of oxygen or even no oxygen in order to live properly. And so what we do is we just pump in nitrogen gas to kind of keep the oxygen out. The food that we feed the microbes is really, really important. What we do is we have a nice mix of things that are left over after a meal has been digested, and that is put into bottles and into these vessels here at a prescribed rate, and that prescribed rate is the same as the transit time across, in this case, the human colon. We can adjust that to any time that is required, for example, for the horse colon. And this food is transited, is passed into the vessels at the same rate waste is removed. So that waste products, those waste products that are removed, they go into vessels at the back of here, and in fact those are really exciting vessels. They're full of what we call liquid gold, not waste, because that liquid gold contains an incredible assortment of microbial products, if you like, that are very, very important to understand how these microbes are working with each other and with the host itself. So we're very excited to be able to use this to look at the horse microbiome for the first time in this kind of context, to be able to understand how the microbes might be talking to each other and what in fact they might be doing in the context of equine health.